Why should you buy Persona 5 Strikers? Okay, let me guess. You played Persona 5. Or better yet, you played Persona 5 Royal. And you're looking for your next dose of Persona. And since God knows when this sixth installment is coming out, yeah, I'm looking at you, Atlas. You want to settle for a Persona-like game. I'm gonna stop you right there, fam. This is a Persona game. No, dead ass. This feels like a Persona game. And it's not even the game I per se wanted, but it's definitely the game I needed. I can tell you that much. Persona 5 Striker slaps. It just slaps. Hard. And I get it. I really do. You're scared. This is a new thing for you, alright? This is new for me too. This gameplay, it's daunting. It's different. Shh, it's okay. It's okay. I understand, alright? But this is why you got me, alright? I'm gonna tell you about the game. Make sure it's worth your time without spoiling anything crazy. Alright, so let's get this started. I want to talk about the elephant in the room. I get it. It's a Muso game. The people that brought you Dynasty Warriors, One Piece Pirate Warriors, Berserk and the Band of Hawks, and the brand new Hyrule Warriors, Age of Calamity, alright? This is a big change for people. That battle system is, it's crazy. And I get it, it can be very off-putting to some. That being said, this battle system makes me feel like a phantom thief. Like I'm in the midst of battle. I'm swinging, I'm changing people, I'm going on top of poles, doing little combos. Like it's like honestly like dream drop distance, which is probably one of my favorite mechanics in those games. Like it's amazing. Being in the midst of battle and adapting is such a fun gameplay, and it's great. That being said though, I am not downplaying Persona 5 Royal's battle system. I love a turn-by-turn battle system. I am a slut for turn-by-turn battle systems. I don't know what it is. The preparation, the thought process, like you can really just be in your mind for a minute, and it's a fun thing to do. At the same time, in a real battle, you don't got that much time. You gotta be able to adapt, and that's the biggest thing about Persona 5 Strikers. It's adapting on the battlefield constantly with different personas, different characters, different combos, different items. It's a trip, and it's a trip worth having. You see, the thing about Persona 5 Strikers, which I liked about it, was that it looked at Persona 5 Royal and was like, this works, we'll keep it. And then, boom, we'll just lay it out like that. And looking at it, these first few cutscenes in the beginning, it literally felt like, oh, another event, another case in pretty much Persona 5. Like, it was great. Like, the cutscenes are good. I actually think they really tightened up their animation. Background music's amazing. Voice acting was always great. Never really had an issue with it. You can even check your logs to even look back at, like, things that just happened just in case you missed it or something. These little tricks and nannies that they kind of had in, like, Persona 5 were what made the game so clean. And they kept it, which is really good to expect in Persona 5 Strikers. And a big thing about Persona 5, or any Persona game to me in general, is that downtime, the walking around, meeting the characters, doing the actions, that still exists here. You can literally walk around and like talk to people and just feels like Persona 5. Well, at the same time, there might not be confidants and like other relationship things, but at the same time, you don't need it. This is a sequel to Persona 5. You've already built your relationships. All your confidants are maxed out. This is moving on. What happens after the journey and you come back 6 months later like a little high school reunion? And you might have noticed that I just said this is a sequel to Persona 5. If you don't know already, Persona 5 Strikers is a sequel to Persona 5, not Persona 5 Royal. And I'm telling you right now, that really doesn't matter. I know it might be like, wow, oh my gosh, I'm missing out on characters like Consumi and whatnot. Like, oh, that'd be a whole nother person to play. It doesn't matter. It really, really doesn't matter. Persona 5 ended in such a good way that all the stuff in Royal kind of felt like extra. Good extra. Like the added 20 plus hours of like story pretty much in gameplay was amazing. I loved it. I have no issues with it. But at the same time, Persona 5 was already one of my favorite games to begin with. It's a good game. But that being said, this game does not ignore Royal one bit when it comes to gameplay. All that stuff about technical and baton passing, it still matters. It still matters in this game, which helped Strikers become a game that's more than just button mashing one button and killing everybody, and becoming more of a game that's just like, oh, okay, I remember this guy from Persona 5, he's weak to light moves. Okay, light moves, okay, he's down. All right, cool, maybe I can freeze him. Okay, cool, technical hit, boom, all right. It adds a whole nother thing of gameplay, and it just rewards you for being like, yo, you played Royal? Psh, you got this, you remember how this goes. But if you want to be a simpleton, you can pretty much put in an easy mode and button mash your way to victory. Actually, since we're talking about the settings, one big thing about this game which I really, really love is the music. You can control the music. Now, this is a little bit different depending on each person, but I got the DLC for the game, which includes background music to Persona 1, 2, 3, 4, and the original 5. And with that, having that different battle music just adds a whole nother catalog to the game. And on top of that, if you're feeling certain songs and not other ones, you can just slap that bad boy to random and just pick your favorite tunes from your favorite series. I don't want Persona 4, boom, turn it off. I don't want Royal music, I'll just turn that off. And it puts you in control. Actually, speaking of control, you can also control if you want either English dub, Japanese dub, camera speeds, and even a new graphic mode, which is for frame rate or graphics. For me, I didn't notice a difference. I'm actually doing this review on a PS5. I don't know what it was. Maybe my PS5 was like, yo, homie, I can do both. Don't even worry about the options. So there was that. Sadly, there is one control not here, which I wish they can soon patch in. There's actually no control for like voices and background music. Generally, the voices are pretty good. The only issue is during cutscenes, there are moments when the music is just a bit too loud, when people try to whisper or like have certain melismas in their words. It just doesn't work out the way I want it to, and they could just be just a little bit too hot. And I'm not gonna sit here and be like, that's the only issue with the game. There's other issues with the game. It's not a perfect game, of course not. Like, one big thing which I didn't really like about Dynasty Warrior games, which is pretty hard to kind of maneuver, is the camera. When you have like 20, 30 enemies, 50 enemies in your face, like, it's hard to control what's happening. You can only lock on to semi-bosses or big bosses. It gets a little confusing. But after like kind of playing it a bit and getting used to that L1 button, I'm telling you right now, when you play this game, the L1 button will be your friend. It does get easier. It's just a bit of a weird learning curve, but it's not like weird enough for me to just really hate the game or drop it. It's different, but very, very enjoyable. Another great point is that they brought back the Velvet Room in Persona 5 Strikers. And I was very hyped to see that. From all the trailers, it made it seem that everybody would just stick to their one main persona and that's it. But this is one of the best parts about Persona. This is where your strategy comes in, the customization comes in. You're like, okay, I'm gonna make this persona. I know he doesn't usually have wind magic, but I'm gonna throw some wind magic in it, maybe some wind boost, and then healing. You can it's like literally Pokemon breeding. And if you played Persona, you know that you spent hours in that Velvet Room trying to make the best personas happen. And you don't gotta play me. I know you did it. I did it. We all did it. We fall victim to it. You can get lost in it, and that's perfectly fine. And even if you like find out, man, this isn't working out, they brought back other mechanics like skill cards. You can just literally force something to happen for a setup that wouldn't even be possible for a persona. And it's stuff like this that I feel like they really took their time to be like, wow, we're gonna really bring what people like about Persona. And a big thing I want to talk about the battle system is like, people are really afraid of like these different characters. There's a lot of different characters you're gonna play as, but what I really enjoy is that everybody feels different. I don't play Joker the same way I play Morgana, Skull, like, or Fox. It's really dope. Like, for example, Fox is more of a counter. Like, he takes his time. Counters, boom, does a big combo. You have Joker, who's like, since you have so many personas, you can always explore the weakness. It's stuff like that that's like, wow, I can really play the way I want. You want to just bash around and have fun? Alright, really just play Skull and Haru. Like, it's stuff like that that makes the game like really flushed out and not just like button mash, button mash, button mash, button mash. And the last thing I want to talk about is the story. I know a lot of us are here for the story. I know I'm here for the story. And I can tell you guys right now, the story is solid. Without spoiling anything, the story feels like a solid continuation to Persona 5. It doesn't feel extra, it doesn't feel unneeded, it feels like something that would happen. All the personalities that you know and love are still here, people are still funny, there's still drama, there's still high stakes in this. Which it feels like you kind of never left. So even if you have a real like problem with the battle system, the story will be worth it. I promise you right now, the story will be worth it. So, should you get Persona 5 Strikers? Yes. Is it an amazing game? Yes. Is it a perfect game? No. But it's a game that does the Persona 5 universe justice. I can really only advocate you getting this game though if you've played Persona 5. There's just too many character connections, too many references and stuff for you to really enjoy the game fully unless you've really played it. It's a sequel at heart, and it's a good sequel at heart. So really this goes towards people who are playing it on Nintendo Switch and the PC. If you're going to play the game, please, please, please at least get your information about Persona 5. That's how you'll get the most out of this experience. I promise you. It'll be worth it. And thank you. We made it to the end of the game review, my first game review. If you made it this far, well, I love you. And if you really love me, you'll give me a subscribe and a like and comment. Please comment if you thought it was good, if you thought it was bad, what I need to work on, or what games I should review. I'll take anything. I love constructive criticism. Who doesn't? And I just want to say thank y'all. And welcome to the Marination, y'all. We out.